Hello everyone, Amanda here, thanks for joining me. So today I just want to share how I make my, what I'm calling lovely long page tabs. So we're going to start by creating a fabric kind of cluster to go on them. So I'm using some double-sided tape. This is nothing new, it's not a new idea that, to use double-sided tape. Okay, I'm just sharing the process. So I've got my double-sided tape here. I'm just going to hold it down. It's a sticky, bear with me, I'm going to get some washi. I'm just going to attach it down onto my mat using a little bit of washi tape. Okay. At either end, just so that it doesn't keep sticking to my hands. Okay, stick and stick. And what I've also done is I've gone through my scrap box. So this is really good to use up those tiny little bits of lace that you don't want to waste, but that maybe, you know, you might think are too small to make anything. So this is my scrap box. They're all in varying sizes. If you don't have any tiny scraps, get a, you know, one that's maybe too small to really do anything with. And what I've done is I've cut them up, snipped them up into really small segments. I've got varying shades. Okay, this is sari silk, this is a brown stretchy lace, this is a tea-dyed one. On this one I've specifically made sure I've cut out the like floral applique bit, and then this is just basic lace in two different kinds, and I've cut them up really tiny. Okay, and then all you do is set about making yourself a little collage cluster. Now when you're adding these to the tape, kind of screw them up as well. Okay, don't just lay them on flat, kind of scrunch them and then press. Okay, make sure you wash your tapes down firm or the tape will just literally stick to your hands non-stop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this up, but I'm going to do it kind of random but also strategic, because I want it to be quite I want the colours and the different layers to show up. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with some sari silk. This washi tape's not very strong, and you know, overlap them a bit as well, give them a good scrunch and really press them down. And then I'm going to go in with sari silk at the other side. And you get the general idea. We're going to keep going until this strip is absolutely full. Just rotating, using different colours and different bits of the fabric as we go. So I'll fast forward this process until I've filled my strip. So don't forget, when you're adding these tiny scraps, scrunching, not plonking. We don't plonk things on. We are strategically scrunching. So you want it to look random, but at the same time you want it to look lovely. So just have a think, and that's why we've got the different colours of lace. So you've got some nice contrasting colours, and it'll just look really lovely when you've done. Just take a little bit of time, and just really make sure you do scrunch, because it does make all the difference when you do that as to if you just press them into the sticky tape flat. Alright, I'll let you carry on watching. So there, the strip is completely and utterly covered. Okay, don't forget you can cut these to size, so you could make this strip as long as you wanted, or you can make them in separate strips. You can add little tiny flowers on. Okay, you can also add, let me see if I've got any to hand, the little faux diamante trim. I don't think I've got any to hand. Let me look if there's any in this box. A little fake bling, here we go. This one, if you cut it up really tiny, you can add that. So you'd literally just cut yourself a strip and then cut the tiny little individual ones, and then they'll look like little tiny rhinestones. Okay, you could add those and dot those about. I'm not going to do that, I don't think, because I think I'm going to put this through my sewing machine. I'm not sure. Now, you can leave it as it is. It will totally stick, or you can just run it through one stitch all the way down the middle through your sewing machine to keep it all on, which is what I'm going to do now, so I'll be back in a moment. Whilst I was away, I also remembered that I had this fabric, and this is like little mini rosettes, and it's nice and soft, so those would be really pretty as well if you've got those in your stash. It's not something I'd really add to a project these days, but if you cut them up tiny like so, you could dot them along strategically. Now, this is something I would probably do when my strip is actually in the project, because it would depend how long the strip was as to how many rosettes and how close I want them together, etc. So if you want to decorate them further, I suggest you do it once it's in your journal, so that everything's matching. Like you cut these little flowers, for example, you might want to put those on, and then put these little fake rhinestones in the middle. But you know, if you keep everything kind of plain to start with, and then you know, upgrade when you get to your journal, then it's neutral and it's going to match anything, okay, and any colour. So then what you can do, if you really want to be fussy, is you can remove the back of that tape and then use the back of the tape as your, you know, to anchor it down. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that with my hand-eye coordination, so I'm just going to use the back of that tape, and you know, that will glue. It should do. I don't think I'll be able to. Let me have a look, see if I can remove that backing tape. I don't think I'm going to be able to. So you don't have to do it on tape. You could just put it, you know, do strips of paper and use glue. But in my experience, if you use glue on small delicate bits of fabric, it goes hard and you don't have the flexibility, whereas when you use the tape, it's nice and soft. It doesn't feel lumpy, it doesn't feel hard, it's just nicer. Okay, so then we're going to make our tab. So I want lovely long tabs. I want them traditionally, you know, we use tabs like this and we just put them on journaling cards or on tags or on whatever, but there's no reason they can't be as long as the page if you wanted to. Great to extend the page, you know, maybe you just want something a little bit larger, longer and lovelier. So the easiest way to do these is to just get you some lovely paper. This happens to be just coffee dyed paper that I made, and you want to do them at, what did I do them at before? Did I do 2 inches? I think I did them at 2 inches because you can always trim them down. So I did them at 2 inches. Okay, that's the full. I don't think that's not the full width of the A4, is it? I'm not sure anyway, but 2 inches. However long you want, fold it in half because then that will give you the sturdiness in your journal. Okay, and then to make your tab shape here, you can either use your envelope punch board. I've used an envelope punch board on that one to create the tabs, or another thing you can do is just get a small circle punch. Okay, decide how long you want your tab. Okay, and just nip the ends off. So when you're nipping the ends off, don't go at an angle, just go straight down. Just go straight down, aim for the corner of your punch, for the centre of your punch. Most of them will have a little mark to show you where the middle is. Go for the middle and go straight, and just, in fact it's easier if you fold it in half. Okay, and then you'll get both sides exactly the same at the same time. Now we'll come to think of it, it's only paper, so you can do that quite easily. And just nip the corner off, go in about halfway, and nip those corners off, and you've got your little, you've got a kind of a tab shape either side. Okay, there's no defined shape for a tab. A tab's a tab, you can do what you want. We'll do what we want. Right, and then and then you add your lovely lace cluster. Now you can go back in with your sewing machine and run that through. You can glue it on. I'm just going to use, for the sake of the video, I'm going to reuse my double-sided tape, and I'm going to put double-sided tape on just one side. Okay, remove that. Obviously you can use glue, and then add your little lovely soft cluster that you've made. Okay. And then at this point you would go back in if you want to add some little flowers or the little rose petals, rose buds, like I say, to make them look even nicer. I'm going to leave mine like this. I think it looks really nice, just natural, just with the natural colours there. Okay, and then obviously you just trim it to size. And you can add a word on there, you can add what you like. And so you've got the double opening like so still. So you can either wrap that around a page. Let me just get a page as an example. I'll just grab this that I'm working on. So, well, that's not a very good example because that's not a page. Let me get a better example. I've just done that on the floor now. Right, so here's like a journal page, for example. Let me get a plainish one. So there we go. We've got this plain journal page here. So you would wrap it around like so you can see it both sides. You could maybe have the shaped tab at the top. You could make it the full length of the page. You could make it half. You can make it double-sided and put another one at the other side. Or you can glue it on that way so that you're covering the corner of your page, and at the other side you're just seeing plain tab. Yeah, I think you get the drift, don't you? But I just wanted to share that with you because I was getting my fabrics out and having a play. So I hope that helps. Remember, avoid using glue on delicate fabrics whenever you can, no matter what kind of glue it is, even if it says it's fabric glue. And I'm only saying it because, you know, I've done it myself, and then you make these things and they feel lumpy and they feel hard. So yeah, so go and get playing and make some lovely, long, lacy tabs. Thanks for watching. Bye.